Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink. Oh, you guys are there. Welcome everybody to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I am Dr. Cush. We are here today. Good morning. Ernie's awake. We're here today to riff. We're going to riff on a classic cocktail. Now, is this my riff? Not my riff. No. These are 2 gentlemen. Oh, I wrote it down right here. Not famous bartenders. Wrote it on a napkin. Colin Westgate and Richard Brazo. Colin Westgate and Richard Brazo created a cocktail in a comment section. And I feel like it fits pretty close into what we are looking for in our tiki genre. So we're going to make it. We're going to see if we like it. And then I'm going to say goodbye, and then we'll be back here. And when are we going to be back here? Tomorrow. We're doing a Wednesday show this week instead of Thursday. You guys don't need to know my whole life. Let me say hello to the people before we get into the Près du Quai. Près du Quai. Près du Quai. I don't speak any French. Let me say hello to the people. I lost some of your guys' comments, so we're going to just start with Moose coming in here, yelling, yes. Moose is here. Good evening, Shawnee Panda Baker. Letting us know when he's home. You guys want to go visit Sean? You got 1 or 2 hours. That's it. All right? That's all you got. Low Carb Cocktail Guy hanging in, hanging out. Good to see old Frank. Always a pleasure. Frank will know this cocktail. He'll know a little bit about this cocktail based on a cocktail called the Vieux Carre. The New Square, or maybe he won't know. I don't know what Low Carb Cocktail Guy knows. Let's see what we got here. Tiki Court ready to go, hanging in, hanging out. We got Amy Beer in the house. We got Cocktail Lulu. It is a Tiki Tuesday, no doubt about it. Howdy y'all from Dougie G. Roger G is also here. The G brothers ready to go. Kyle's lawyer has made an appearance. Medium on that. BGB the Bun, hey to you. Paul Bell Amaro is here. We're going to be using a gifted bottle from Paul. We're going to be using a little Makers. Paul's like my little liquor Santa Claus. Just every once in a while, comes down my chimney. It's odd. Got a front door. I don't know why you come in through that sooty, whatever. You have Mark, the resident Gator, is ready to go. Seabask, what is up to you, my friend? Always a pleasure to have you. Let's get into it. Cocktails come from many, many places. Most of them come from behind bars. That's a good place for them to come because bartenders will either get the dreaded question of, will you just make me something? I don't know you. I don't know what you're all about. I have no idea what your likes are, your hopes, your dreams. I can't fit any of that into a cocktail anyway. Just tell me what you want. A vodka soda? I'll get you a vodka soda. That's what I want to make. You know what I always give those people? Shot in a beer. You know why? Because the distillers did all the work. The beer makers did all the work. All I'm doing is making them and putting on like a little half smile, throwing you a little personality, maybe a wink. Bartenders don't love that question on busy nights. Slow nights, let's do it. So let's just pretend we're in a slow night. We're hanging out. You walk up and you say, hey, pal, hey, buddy, chum, I know the owner. That's another thing we don't like when you say. Hey, I know the owner. Will you make me something? I like it to be tiki, but I don't like juice. What? All right. Let me put my brain to it. Well, what are we going to do first? We're going to start by going to a classic formula. We're going to find a formula that works for us, and then we are going to build from there. Okay, so we talk about cocktails that don't have any juice. Great. You got the I guess some flips do. You're looking at the old fashioned and you're looking at the martini. The old fashioned is flavored with some bitters, some sugar, and some booze. The martini, Martinez, Manhattan, is flavored with some booze, some bitters, and some fortified wine. Now you're thinking, okay, I can fit something into there. Shove some tiki stuff in there. I'll figure it out. And that's how a lot of cocktails are born. This one, however, was not born there. And I do think that we are seeing, you know, people like me, people like Low Carb Cocktail Guy. You're seeing a lot of bartenders that are escaping bars. We are putting our sticks and bindles, taking a bunch of tins, throwing them into the bindle, grabbing the stick, and we are walking out of bars, and we are coming to where the people are, which is the internet. So you're going to find people like Colin Westgate and Robert Brazo. They're going to see a cocktail, and they're going to say, you know what? I got a home bar. See if I can do something with that. And they did. They took a classic cocktail formula, the Vieux Carre, which, if we think about the big circle again, get right in here. If you think about all the Martini Manhattan Martinez versions of cocktails, right inside in the middle is a cocktail called the Vieux Carre. Came to us in 1930 from New Orleans, one of the homes of the cocktail. And it follows this formula really, really well. Very, very well. We're going to do some bitters. We're going to do some vermouth. We're going to do some booze. We're going to add a little extra touch to it and go from there. The normal one comes with the Vieux Carre, comes with a substance, a liquid, a juice, we call it, if we're trying to sound cool. When I'm talking to bar people, I'll say, this is good juice. That tequila, that's good juice. A little douchey, but you know, I got to talk to people in their language. You got that tequila, that reposado. It's good juice. Yeah, it is good juice, pal. Shut up. Anyway, we are not using brandy juice in this one. Instead, we're gonna switch it out for a nice, funky rum. I've added a little on to this one on top of Colin and Robert from the comment section of diffords.com. I've added a little bit extra in that I will be using a little bit of this guy. This is a homemade, not in my home. This is made in Bonbon's home. A vanilla Angostura to be going in here. But other than that, pretty much a Vieux Carre. So if you don't know how to make a Vieux Carre, you should know how to do that first. And then we go into the press. My French limited. I think maybe you don't say the S. So the Près du Quai. Près du Quai. Anyway, let's get into it. All of our ingredients are expensive, so we're just going to put them in the order that I remember this cocktail in. We're going to start over here by finding a funky Jamaican rum, and very few funkier than the Dr. Bird. Not, get this, not named after a doctor. Not named after a guy named Ricardo Bird, who got his doctorate somewhere online. No, that is not what it is. The Dr. Bird is a type of bird. I always find that interesting. And I'm going to tell it to you guys every time we bring up Dr. Bird, because I find it interesting, and I got to fill 30 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and put in 3/4 of an ounce. Very, very classic Vieux Carre proportions we're putting in here. 3/4 of an ounce of some Dr. Bird. Doesn't have to be exactly Dr. Bird. Find a funky Jamaican rum. Find something that's got maybe a little age to it. Maybe if you want to find some Appleton, that would do you well. 8, 12. Find an Appleton that you like. All right. From here, we got a decision to make. A normal Vieux Carre is not going to use bourbon. That is from Kentucky. No, we're instead, in a normal Vieux Carre, we're going to use something that Louisiana people seem to like more, which is rye. However, and I'm just going to keep confusing you guys, we're not making a Vieux Carre. We are instead making a Près du Quai. Oh, I know what that means. Let me tell you what it means. Close to the bay, or close to the harbor. I think that's what it means. Limited French. Okay, so when we are making a cocktail that we want to exemplify, that we want to pronounce some of those sweeter notes, but we are using some whiskey, rye luckily, is dry. Rye has less of that sweet. We want to bring out some of that sweet in this. We want this to be for the tiki people who normally like a little sweeter. What are we going to do? Are we done? Is the drink over? No. We are instead going to just go ahead and grab our good friend, bourbon. This is bourbon. Bourbon lives inside that whiskey circle. It is made of at least 51% corn. It has to be made, get this, in the United States. Not just Kentucky anymore. It has to be made somewhere in the United States. You can't make bourbon outside of the U.S. It has to be aged in new char white oak barrels. It has to go in at 160, and come out 140. I don't know the numbers. Don't forget about the numbers. Erase the numbers. Don't worry about the numbers. But those are three. Those are three of many rules that has to be part of bourbon. We're gonna go ahead and grab our maker's mark, a wheated bourbon. We're gonna go ahead and put in 3/4 ounce. Get that right. There we go. Check. All right. Now, I promise. Hold on. I promise you guys that this would fit into a classic style of cocktail, and it certainly does. The martini, the Manhattan. This is basically just a slight. It's like it's a Manhattan with a couple more steps. Normally with rye and brandy, today with bourbon and some Dr. Bird Jamaican Funk. So we're going to go ahead and grab our teeny tiny bottle of Carpano Antiqua. Normally for bartenders, home bartenders, I will suggest you buy the largest bottle of stuff that you can. Liters are always more expensive by the milliliter than 3/4 of a liter. So 750s are more expensive, or sorry, 1 liter per milliliter is more expensive normally than a 750. So don't buy the liters. Don't worry about liters. That's it's just garbage. That's just they're playing you. They're pulling the rug out from under you. They put as they say in Persian, they're putting a hat on your head. I know that. Somebody puts a hat on your head, they're faking you out. Why do I know that? Don't worry about it. Anyway, always try and buy the 750s. Except with things like vermouth. Vermouth, you instead want to buy the smallest amounts. Vermouth will go bad. Not rancid, but it'll lose a lot of its flavor. So buy smaller amounts. I know it's annoying, but do it, please. Just help me out. 3/4 ounce of some sweet vermouths. Excellent. All right, we'll throw this back in the refrigerator where vermouth belongs. And there we go. Okay, let's keep on rocking and rolling. We are now going to, are we live? I think we might be live. Seems like my computer says we're not live, but I do think we are live. I think Kyle would come in here if we weren't live. Let's flavor this thing up. All right, this, a really nice base. You can probably put a dash of Angostura bitters in here, call it a day, call it whatever you want. Actually, I think a day is kind of a cool name for a cocktail. Can I have a day? Now we're just chatting. Let's go ahead and grab some of this guy. This is our good friend, Benedictine. Benedictine. Benedictine is a type of liqueur. It is herbal. What does Benedictine taste like? It tastes exactly like Benedictine. Very difficult to explain what Benedictine is. Made by, like a lot of great things that are made of herbs and booze, monks. The Benedictine style of monk. This stuff disappeared for a while. We all know this story. I'm going to tell it again. This stuff disappeared for a while. During the French Revolution, people were getting their heads just chopped off. Just absolutely just lopped right off of their necks. Gone. And you know who they didn't like the most? They didn't like rich people, but they really didn't like the church. So all these poor monks, very rich monks, very, very rich monks, were getting their heads just lopped off. Well, in lopping off heads, we lose some memories. So we thought for a while that Benedictine was it just disappeared, just gone forever. We were never going to get Benedictine back. Until one day, some dude was redoing a painting, and on the back of this painting was the recipe for Benedictine. So thank goodness that guy hated the frame his picture was in. Otherwise, couldn't make this drink. We wouldn't even be here today. Probably cancel the show. I don't know what we'd do. We're gonna go ahead and put in a 1/2 ounce of some Benedictine. Now, I'm sure you guys are all yelling from your place. Ah, I don't have Benedictine. What's a good replacement? I don't have an answer for that. Benedictine is pretty specific. If you wanted to, I suppose, you could find another herbal liqueur, something like the Witch. Strega might work in here. We could do something like chartreuses. Get deep into the chartreuses. Break open your piggy bank. Get your chartreuse going. You could do something like that. Obviously, you're now not making the same cocktail. The Benedictine does bring something to this that is sort of like in the Monte Carlo. You can't make a Monte Carlo without a Benedictine. It'll just be something else. Make something else. Find some stupid French phrase. Call it that, and you're in a good place. Okay. Now, we are going to bitter this because that is one of the ingredients. Now, technically, our Benedictine is a bitterer, but we are going to pay homage to our Louisiana roots, and we're going to talk to Dr. Oh, I know he's in here. Payshaw. That doesn't sound right. Dr. Payshaw. Paystubs. Dr. Paystubs. We're going to go ahead and grab these Louisiana-style bitters. Anise in here. A lot of anise in here. Other types of, listen, lots of great bitters, lots of good stuff, lots of fun flavors in here. It's a Louisiana-style bitter. We're going to go ahead and put in one big dash of some Paystow's bitters. Oh, you know what? I got a little half dasher. Let's control it a little more. Love a half dash. This is what Paystow's looks like. Oh, dang it. Payshow. There's a whole D in there, and we're all just gonna collectively, as a society, we're just not gonna mention that there's a whole D in Payshods. It's a conspiracy, I tell you. It's a freaking conspiracy. I don't like it. Go ahead and put in one big dash of some Payshow bitters. There we go. Can't even put it close. You guys don't even know. You guys don't even know if I made it in there. Got all mixed up. I just forgot to direct the show. Okay, now we're gonna put in some Angostura bitters. We have normal Angostura bitters here. Thank you, Amy Beer, for sponsoring our bottle of Angostura bitters. We're gonna put in one dash here. Look like two, only is one. Don't ask me how that works. This is cocktail math. Cocktail math. Yeah, it'll get you. Now, oh, good morning, Ernie. He's back. An ingredient that we find in a lot of tiki drinks. It just sort of shows up every once in a while. We really like it. It doesn't show up in enough, but sometimes it's hidden in there is vanilla. Now, my very good friend and winner, is she here? I think she might be here. Winner of, oh, there she is. Winner of the 2025 Cushtender Derby, Bonbon, will every once in a while send me a beautiful care package. And in there is usually a homemade situation from Bonbon. This is one of those. This is vanilla bean Angostura bitters. Perfect. Spectacular. How do you do it? Ask Bonbon. I think I have an idea. Take a vanilla bean, put it into the bottle of Payshow, and put it in the bottle of Angostura. Don't put it in Payshow. It's crazy. Bonkers. Maybe do it. I don't care. Put it in the bottle of Angostura and be patient. Read a book. I'm reading The Stand right now by, what's his name? Stephen King. Reading it right now. Read the whole book. It takes 48 hours to listen to it. That's how I read books. It takes 48 hours. Read The Stand like 4 times, maybe about 8 days, and you should be good to go there. The vanilla is going to bring out some of those flavors. It's going to bring out, it's going to sort of mesh well with all the different barks that go into the Angostura, and hopefully give us just a baby hint of the Angostura. We're going to go ahead and put in one dash of that. Definitely spill it down the sides. Let me just show you guys what I've done. Somehow I've gotten it on the outside of the glass. One day when you guys have been practicing for a long time, you will also be able to spill Angostura on the outside of a glass somehow. Not on the bar, but on the outside of a glass. All right, here we go. Oh, yes, do we need to bring back the book club? I don't know how much drinking there is in The Stand. I'm only on page like 4. And there's no drinking yet. So I'm a little waiting for the good stuff to happen. When's the drinking happen? Okay, you've noticed that we, of course, did not start in our typical tin for Tiki Tuesday. Tins are great for shaking. This drink has 0 juice in it. Kyle, I need a glass. Wait, I got one. Hey guys, me. Sometimes I keep extra glasses right here. Not an ideal place to put extra glasses, but sometimes we put them there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put this in here. We're gonna temper this little piece of ice so that it's nice and cold. And we're gonna take this other piece of ice and we are not gonna manhandle it anymore. And we're just gonna go ahead. We're gonna squeeze it. We're gonna put it right in there. We got a little ice sticking up over the top. That'll be just fine for us. And we're gonna give this one a big old stir. What are you guys reading? Anybody else reading any Stephen King? I know Motu Jen currently also reading Stephen King. A little anxious to get into it. She's reading Dreamcatcher. It's a great book. Don't spoil it for Motu Jen. She might watch this later. Pretty good book. I'm reading Unreasonable Hospitality. That is a fantastic book. Unreasonable Hospitality about the opening of, which bar was it? Anyway, it's about how to take everything. What are you, oh, you're watching now. Okay, guys. So don't spoil Dreamcatcher for her. Don't tell her what's in Dreamcatcher. The whole surprise at the end. Or maybe not. Maybe that's a surprise. Anyway, Unreasonable Hospitality, about how to go above and beyond as a bartender or as just a service worker, I suppose. I read it as a bartender, so that's how I always remember it. Spectacular book. That's hey, honestly. Seabask doing it all right. 11 Madison Park, that's right. 11 Madison Park, which just opened the wonderful cocktail bar called the Clement Bar. I think it's vegan. Yeah, reading the D&D Monster Manual. That's a fun one. Currently reading Fountainhead. Ayn Rand. Doing it all right. And A Bottle of Rum is a great read. I got that one on the shelf right there. Pretty good. Haley Mills' autobiography. Are you at the Saved by the Bell part yet? I'm sure that's wild. It just gets wild at that point. Okay. This is pre-Kelly Kapowski. It's called, it wasn't originally called Saved by the Bell. It was called Good Morning, Miss Bliss. Just something I know. We're going to go ahead and pour this guy right on top of our ice. Not fully tempered. See if we can temper it a little bit by slowly pouring ice on there. Oh boy. Trying not to hear any cracks. We spent a lot of time carving this ice out of large glaciers that land in the backyard near Kyle's tree. Look at this right there. Beautiful. Now, we can discuss. It's called Good Morning, Miss Bliss. What did I say? I might have said something close to that. I think I was real close. We can discuss whether or not this actually fits into the Tiki Pantheon. It was created by two guys named Colin Westgate and Robert Brazo. All right, these are not Tiki guys that I know of. I know a lot of the Tiki guys. I don't know these two gentlemen. However, I do think that in some cases, if you are going to put a riff on something, grabbing typically, can't believe I had to search for the word typically, grabbing typically Tiki ingredients and replacing them and swapping them out in classic cocktails will get you there. Now, I've never tried this cocktail. We are at the point in this show where we're going to try a lot of cocktails that I've never tried. It's going to be a lot of me searching out cocktails, seeing if we can find anything good. Was it created by Dawn? No. Was it created by Vic? No. Was it created by Steven? No. Was it created by Beach Bum? No. Was it created by Mr. Smuggler Cove? Kate? Martin Kate? I know what his name is, please. No, it wasn't created by any of those guys. It was created by Colin Westgate and Robert Brazo. So can we call it tiki? Yes. It was not created by Trader Sam either. Good to see you, GH Production. What is going on, Rat Wizard? That's a good name. Rat Wizard. I have to ask, when you guys hear Rat Wizard, do you think of a wizard that is like, that communes with rats, many rats around him, maybe has the power to call rats to his aid, maybe can warg into a rat in case he is, hungry for cheese or peanut butter or whatever that other goop that you put onto rat traps is? Do you think of that? Or, and more importantly, do you think of a teeny tiny little wizard that is also a rat? I'm about 50-50 on that. Right in between. All right, let's see how we did. The Jamaican Funky Rum should give us a little bit of that tiki vibe. The added, this is me right here. Yes, a rat. The rat is the wizard, no doubt, says Motu-chan. I think that's, yes. I think of a New York subway-esque rat master wizard. Yes. Yes, I think that's what we're all looking for. Splinter meets Gandalf, I think is, yeah. Yeah, I think we're all on the same page. Listen, Rat Wizard, you can, of course, tell us what it actually means. But I think more importantly, for us right now, yeah, humanoid rat wizard folks, all are correct. Crazy Cat Chef, you're a wizard ratty. I mean, a weird day for a rat. One day, you're being chased around by cats. Suddenly, you can do magic. Odd day. Good day. Odd day. Anyway, we put in some big Jamaican rum in here. We put in some vanilla in here. I helped out my good friends, Colin and Robert, in order to help them out by adding a little bit of vanilla in here. Let's see how we did. Smells like Dr. Bird. Which, now that I think about it, when you guys hear Dr. Bird, do you think of a bird doctor, like a doctor that sews up little avian creatures? Or more importantly, you know what I'm saying. Cheers. Bon Bon has been Bob Bon before. I'm gonna put together a whole book, a book on just chat out of context, because I don't watch the chat as much as I probably need to in order to understand what you lunatics are talking about. But this is going in there. That might actually be the title of the book. Bon Bon has been Bob Bon before, and other out of context chats. Listen, guys, I hate to keep harping on this. At this point, I really don't think you guys are tuning in at all for the recipes. I think we're tuning in because we are a wonderful community that comes together, sits at a bar, and has drinks together. I have to think that's what we're tuning in for, because the recipes, they're getting fairly basic. However, I do want to remind you that if you know what those basic recipes are, you can make any drink. This is such a simple version of a Manhattan Martini Martinez style of cocktail. It's 1.5 parts booze. Yes, we split the base, but it's 3/4, so 1.5, half as much of the sweet vermouth. We added bitters, found some fun bitters, and all we did was add a little bit extra in there. We took a little bit of the Benedictine, which goes with any type of whiskey, goes with any type of dark liquor. You can throw a little Benedictine in there and give it just that little extra sweetness with a little herb. You're barking up the right tree if you're doing that. Very simple cocktail. This one specifically follows an even more defined cocktail called the Vieux Carre. All they did, Colin and Robert ever did was just figure out how to switch out these two pieces of booze. Brand new cocktail. Let's do it from a tiki. Do I have anything tiki back there? Let's pretend I'm a tiki guy right now. There we go. All right. Here I am. I've come to your tiki bar. I'm going to judge you on your tiki drinks. I'm gonna, I know the difference between fresh pineapple and canned pineapple. I know what liquid alchemist orgeat tastes like versus homemade orgeat. I'm that tiki guy. All right, let's see. Let me just take a little sip and see whether I think this is a tiki drink. The glasses help, and the hat isn't doing me any harm either. There are a few great flavors in tiki that make things taste like they are tiki. Jamaican rum being a really big one. A little bit of vanilla doing all kinds of good work in here. If you want to even add a little bit more of that tropical flair, grab an orange and express it over. Grab a lime, express it over. Give it a garnish. That would be a good way to do it. Be a great, sorry. There we go. They weren't, my glasses weren't on. I couldn't see. Give it a garnish. Maybe a little pineapple frond in there, or a pineapple and cherry flag. Let's see how we're doing here. Let's just grab this, open her up. Oh, look at that. That, my friends, is a tiki drink. Still 5 years into this thing, still deciding whether or not we even know what tiki is, when a drink becomes tiki and when it doesn't. All right, you want a thunderstorm? I'll give you a thunderstorm. Let me just give a thunderstorm real quick. Amy Beer's requesting thunderstorm. So we'll do thunderstorm real quick as we finish out this whole situation. Let's go ahead and do thunderstorm. Thunderstorm start? Yeah. Great, okay. Yeah, so anyway, we're still trying to figure out exactly what tiki is, what exactly tiki does, why is one drink a tiki drink, not another. Let's just even stop worrying about it. Let's just stop worrying about it. Let's just put on our stupid hats, our weird glasses, and drink a drink that has some Jamaican rum in it, and have great. Oh, Dougie has a thought. Drambuie instead of Benedictine. Yes, Drambuie instead of Benedictine I think would do really well. Every time I see it gets that much better. Wait till we get into the volcano tomorrow. We'll do part of the class from the volcano tomorrow. Maybe the pirate ship. We got a lot to do. Is that the where's the rest of the thunderstorm? It kind of just sounds like somebody's running through wet. That's not what I'm looking for thunder. We'll fix thunderstorms sound next time. Anyway, guys, that's what I got for you. We're back here tomorrow. I'm going to take these off. I'm going to have an epileptic seizure here in a second. Let's put these back on Smoking Joe up there. There we go. That looks better on him anyway. Okay, tomorrow we are back here. We are going to finally, we're going to make Ringo the star of the show tomorrow. It won't necessarily be a booze show, so if you only tune in for the drinking, tomorrow might be a slight disappointment. But as I said, I assume most of you don't even tune in for the drinking anymore. I don't know what you tune in for, but I don't think it's the drinking. We're going to go ahead and give Ringo his time in the sun. We're going to make a few different bottled ginger bug sodas so that we have them ready for whenever. Fun little note, I was introduced to it took me a while to realize that I was hosting a podcast. I thought I was just doing an online goof around. I thought this was a whole goofy gaff thing. Turns out I might be having a podcast. So I've now started to reach out to podcasters. So on Saturday's show, I will have podcaster Jessie Ott from the Thirsty Thursday podcast. She'll be doing my show live on Thursday. On Saturday, not on Thursday. Don't tune in on Thursday. Saturday. She does her thing on Thursday. Saturday, we'll have Jessie Ott from the Thirsty Thursday podcast. Very excited to have her on the show. And then I will be doing her podcast, because apparently this is how podcasts work. It's just an Ouroboros. We're just going to be eating each other's tails until the entire world, I think, just disappears into everybody's just a podcaster. So anyway, I'll be doing Jessie's Thirsty Thursday podcast next week. I'll let you know when that one comes out. But before that, we will meet Jessie and we will talk to her about booze, the state of booze. She's really big into farm-to-table type of booze stuff. And we're going to raid her liquor cabinet and make some cocktails with her. So tune in on Saturday. But before that, tune in tomorrow and we will hang out with our good friend Ringo, the Ginger Bug. Until then, I'll let me remind you that you guys are great. Let me just remind you of that. And then also remind you that...
Are you trying to drive me crazy?
I put pushed the wrong button 2 times.
Are you Dr. Jinga Janga?
We're going to find that Dr. Jinga Janga one day. Until tomorrow, guys, I will see you then. Cheers. And, my dad says he loves you. So, congratulations. You've all done it. Until then, till tomorrow, bye-bye.
Bye!
When did you discover that you were so beautiful?
Okay. Why don't you take a picture? It'll last longer. How are you today?
Could you wire me a bus ticket? I'll pay you back, honest.
What? Okay.